Surprise!
Tyrese!
What's up, y'all? It's Tyrese here to surprise my girl, Caitlin. Gatorade has brought back her favorite flavor, Rainberry, now with lower sugar.
Rainberry, best Gatorade flavor that's ever been invented right here.
Try it and tell me if it tastes the same.
Even better than I remember. It's not even close.
And it's got your face on.
So it looked like Caitlin Clark is setting a new standard when it comes to Gatorade, guys, for this one.
Caitlin Clark just set off a shockwave that has the entire sports world buzzing. Gatorade made a move so bold, so massive, that critics are scrambling to minimize it before the ink even dries. The receipts are circulating, the reported numbers are eye-popping, and the reactions are already pouring in from every direction. So let's break down why this deal has suddenly given everyone such a loud opinion. But first, what do you think about Caitlin Clark becoming the undeniable face of sports drinks? Drop your take in the comments. Now, let's talk numbers. Reports and industry chatter suggest Gatorade backed up the truck with a staggering multi-million-dollar commitment. Some insiders are even throwing around figures as high as $50 million. Yes, you read that right. And the internet practically short-circuited. Social media timelines lit up. Sports analysts rushed to craft instant reactions. Critics started drafting think pieces about why this deal is somehow too much. It's almost comical watching people twist themselves into knots trying to argue that the most marketable athlete in women's sports doesn't deserve a deal of this magnitude. Let's be honest for a second. Caitlin Clark didn't stumble into this moment by accident. She transformed women's basketball into appointment viewing. Casual fans were setting alarms to catch her college games. Viewers who barely knew the basics of the sport suddenly sounded like seasoned scouts breaking down her range and shot selection. The ratings spoke loudly. Merchandise sales backed it up. And clearly, Gatorade's accountants saw the same thing in their projections. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Gatorade already had Caitlin on its roster. But this latest push operates on an entirely different level. We're talking signature bottles, custom flavors tied to her brand, and national marketing campaigns placing her image front and center across retail shelves. Take the limited edition Rainberry flavor featuring her signature and Reigning Three's branding. It flew off shelves almost instantly. That kind of response doesn't happen by coincidence. At the same time, Caitlin is preparing for Team USA duties, and recent workout footage shows her expanding her game even further. She's pulling up off the dribble with confidence, refining her mechanics, and looking sharper than ever. It feels like a message to doubters. Keep that same energy. Meanwhile, Gatorade executives are likely watching their investment appreciate in real time as every clip, highlight, and headline amplifies her visibility. So why are some people so pressed? There's a pattern here. Every time Caitlin Clark levels up, the goalposts shift. When she broke scoring records, critics claimed college numbers didn't translate. When she was drafted first overall, they said the pro level would humble her. When she delivered as a rookie, they minimized it by saying she's just one player. Now that she's securing generational endorsement money, suddenly everyone's a branding expert explaining why she's overvalued. The irony is impossible to ignore. The same voices insisting that nobody watches women's basketball are deeply invested in dissecting every detail of her endorsement deals. If the sport supposedly lacks relevance, why the obsession? Why the constant commentary? The math simply doesn't add up. Here's the bottom line. Caitlin Clark moves the needle. She fills arenas. She spikes television ratings. She drives conversation across platforms. In the endorsement world, that impact is the ultimate currency. Brands invest where attention flows, and right now, attention flows directly to her.
And Caitlin Clark is breaking the internet for the second consecutive day. Yesterday, we was blessed with new Caitlin Clark workout footage. And I'm here to tell you, today, she is definitely getting in her bag because Gatorade has released a new flavor featuring Caitlin Clark on the cover.
Let's get one thing straight. Gatorade is not a charity. They are not handing out massive endorsement deals out of kindness or sentiment. They are a global powerhouse that lives and breathes analytics. They study consumer behavior, measure engagement trends, forecast long-term returns, and make calculated decisions based on hard data. If they're committing elite-level money to Caitlin Clark, it's because their analysts ran the projections and concluded she's worth every dollar and possibly even more. Now zoom out for perspective. LeBron James secured a lifetime deal with Nike, reportedly worth over $1 billion. Steph Curry built an empire with Under Armour. Patrick Mahomes locked in massive long-term endorsement money with Adidas. Those are different leagues with decades of commercial infrastructure behind them, but relative to women's basketball, Caitlin Clark's Gatorade mega deal is a seismic shift. It changes expectations. It resets the ceiling. It tells every young girl holding a basketball that the financial possibilities in women's sports just expanded in a very real way, and that's what truly unsettles critics. It's not just about the dollar figure. It's about the symbolism. It represents power shifting. It represents growth that can no longer be dismissed. It represents proof that the market for women's sports is not only viable, but scalable. And every time a female athlete breaks through another barrier, there's always a vocal minority that reacts as if progress is a personal threat. Some people simply struggle to accept that the landscape is evolving. Take something as simple as the Indiana Fever's Valentine's Day post featuring Caitlin with the caption, "My love for you has limitless range." It was harmless, wholesome fan engagement. Yet, even that sparked strange reactions in comment sections. It raises the question, can she post lighthearted content without it turning into a national referendum on her value? Then there's the international angle. When Team USA announced its roster, established stars like Aya Wilson were prominently featured, which makes sense given their accomplishments. But when international basketball media created independent promotional graphics, Caitlin Clark was often placed front and center.
Why?
Because global marketers understand audience pull. They understand who draws casual viewers, who trends beyond core fan bases, who brings in new eyes. That's not about disrespecting legends. It's about recognizing current momentum. And yet, there has been visible hesitation at times in fully embracing that gravitational pull. When one athlete begins to command mainstream crossover attention, institutions sometimes struggle to recalibrate. But from a pure marketing standpoint, the numbers explain the emphasis. Caitlin Clark generates clicks, views, conversation, and ticket sales. Brands follow growth. Networks follow engagement. And right now, the engagement metrics speak loudly.
Bunch of sponsors. Gatorade, Stanley, Nike, it don't matter. Whatever Caitlin Clark goes on, it's an instant hit, and it looked like this new Gatorade flavor Rain is doing the same thing. Now, Caitlin Clark did react to this new flavor, but I just want to pull it up to you and show it to you guys here real quick. So, this is going around. This is Caitlin Clark dropping this. It stated Caitlin Clark favorite flavor.
It's the same strange energy we saw during her rookie WNBA season. The league was handed one of the biggest mainstream stars it had seen in years, someone capable of instantly multiplying viewership, and instead of seamlessly embracing the moment, there seemed to be hesitation about how to manage it. A few players took subtle shots. Certain media voices questioned whether the hype was sustainable. Meanwhile, Indiana Fever ratings were breaking network records. Her jerseys were consistently sold out. Arenas were packed with young fans holding homemade signs. Yet somehow, the debate about her real impact continued. That's why this Gatorade deal hits differently. It validates her crossover appeal in a way that's impossible to ignore. Gatorade aligns itself with the titans of sports, NFL MVPs, NBA champions, Olympic gold medalists. When a brand with that legacy goes all in on a WNBA player, it signals something bigger than basketball. It suggests they see her as a future household name. They're not just betting on performance, they're betting on global recognition. That level of confidence speaks volumes. Now, let's address the common criticism. Why celebrate a rich athlete getting richer? Because the bigger story isn't about one bank account. It's about what that bank account represents. For decades, female athletes were told the market didn't exist. They were encouraged to be grateful for limited opportunities. Meanwhile, male athletes with comparable and sometimes lesser cultural reach secured enormous endorsement deals without widespread backlash. This partnership challenges that outdated narrative. It demonstrates that the audience is there, The demand is there, and the financial backing follows when the right momentum meets the right moment. The Rainberry release is a perfect example. Gatorade launched a limited edition bottle featuring her signature and branding, and it sold out almost instantly. No extravagant campaign, no elaborate celebrity rollout, just her name and image driving product movement. That's organic influence, the kind executives actively search for. When critics pivot to comparing her with other talented players, it misses the point. This isn't about evaluating skill in isolation. It's about cultural gravity and crossover pull. Caitlin Clark brought millions of new viewers into women's basketball. She turned games into broader entertainment events. Recognizing that doesn't diminish anyone else's achievements. It simply acknowledges measurable impact. The timing is also significant. Fresh off a historic rookie season, she's preparing for Team USA competition while simultaneously solidifying her status as one of the most visible athletes in the sports drink industry. Recent workout clips show she's not slowing down. Her off-the-dribble shot looks sharper, her confidence stronger. She's building momentum on and off the court, and the portfolio keeps expanding. Nike, Stanley, State Farm, Gatorade, major brands aligning around one athlete. With every partnership, new skepticism emerges. Before the draft, critics questioned whether her game would translate. After her rookie campaign, the conversation shifted. Now that endorsement money is flowing, the narrative becomes, she's just lucky. At some point, the simplest explanation makes the most sense. She's exceptionally talented and exceptionally marketable. Gatorade has partnered with icons for decades. They rely on data, focus groups, consumer research, and long-term projections. If they're positioning Caitlin Clark as a cornerstone of their brand strategy, it's because the metrics support it. It's because engagement converts to revenue. The ripple effects extend beyond one deal. Other brands are watching. Other athletes are recognizing new possibilities. The endorsement ceiling for female athletes continues to rise. That's why this moment matters. It's about reshaping the economic landscape of women's sports. Some young athlete walking through a grocery store will see her face on a bottle and realize that women can dominate both competition and commerce. That realization carries weight. It expands ambition. While critics continue debating, Caitlin Clark keeps building on the court, in the marketplace, and in the broader sports conversation. That's how the game evolves. And whether people celebrate it or resist it, the shift is happening in real time.